What's up, guys? What's up, Smallville, Season 2, Episode 4, Red. Okay, so this episode starts off at Smallville High, and 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 like these are like these are like rings that everyone's trying to buy, and Lana's introducing this new girl Jessie to Smallville, and I like this. Yeah, Pete's like, "Hey Clark, your dad told you not to buy that ring." And he's like, "My decision." And he's like, "Yeah, to not buy the ring." So yeah, so Clark puts on the ring, and it kind of affects him a little bit because because he starts acting rebellious because when the principal comes in, he's like, "You shouldn't be giving fashion tips." And he's like, "Wait, why?" And, and he's like, "She can do whatever she wants. He's like, he's like, the principal is telling this new girl Jessie to wear something different, and Clark was like, to the principal or whatever that he should be giving fashion tips to her, and yeah, so yeah, so so, so Clark starts using his powers around the house and starts chores and Martha and Jonathan are like, wait, what? Clark using his powers, and also there's this like U.S. like U.S. Marshal looking for Jessie, and one of the guys he's like interrogating says that she's at Smallville. He just electrocutes him to death. But yeah, that was so yeah, and yeah, back to Martha and Johnson. They're like, wait, Clark and yeah, so So, so Clark is that like a study thing for Chloe, yeah, and Lana, and he's like, "Hey guys, let's go out somewhere." And they're like, "No, Clark, we have to like study." And there's a scene where Clark is using his X-ray to look at. It's not shown, but it's implied that Clark is using his X-ray vision to look at Chloe and Lana's butts. It's not shown, it's implied. So yeah. And Pete's like, "Clark, come on, we gotta stay for this." But he's like, "Fine, then I'll just go by myself." And yeah. And yeah. And then he uses his parents' credit card to buy a bunch of. And he's like, "Why can't I have all the stuff that the other people have?" And he's like, "Clark, you're gonna take all these things back, and then you're gonna and then then we're gonna have a long discussion." And he's like, "Whatever, you guys can have your discussion. I'm out of here." So Clark gets on Johnson's motorcycle and leaves. So yeah. And then he picks up that girl Jack, and then Jonathan comes in and he's like, "Clark, you gotta get in the truck." And he's like, "Why should I listen to you?" And he's like, "Because I'm your father, Clark." And he's like, "You're not my father." And knocks Jonathan near the truck. And he's like, "I don't have to listen to you." So, and Pete sees this and he's just like, "Mr. Ken, are you okay?" And yeah. So yeah. So Clark, he goes to town and he's like, actually, I'll talk about the Lex stuff. Lex's father has moved into the Luther mansion. So, and Lex is kind of not okay with this, but he doesn't want to express it. So he goes to Clark and he's like, "Clark." He's like, "Clark, you're totally different." He's like, "I've never felt better." So Clark, he talks to Lionel and he's like, "Hey Lionel, why don't you pack your bags and get out of here?" And he's like, "Lex may not want to stay, but I will. So get out." So yeah, after that, Clark goes to town he tries to get Lana to romance him, and then they just kiss, and he's like, come on. So they go to this place, and Jess is there, and he's like, hey Lana, I checked out the town, and she's like, yeah, and that's why I came here, because town's boring. Because she thinks the town's boring, so that's why she came to this place. So Clark just abandons Lana. He just leaves her and starts dancing with Jesse. He's like, Clark, what's going on? He's like, what? He's like, what about you? What about you? What? What about? What about us seeing other people? And he's like, and she's like, and Clark gets into, and when a guy goes to defend Lana, Clark just gets like into a fight with all these people, and yeah. So yeah. So then Chloe goes to Pete, and she's like, "Hey, the people who put the Mirox, who put the rings in put the jewels in the rings, messed up the order, and now there's red Mirox in the rings instead." So Pete figures out. He goes to. And he's like, hey, I think Clark has been affected by red Mirox. And Johnson explains that explains the teenage rebellion, and yeah. So yeah. Explains the teenage rebellion and all that. So yeah, they try to confront Clark about it, and they're like, Clark, the Mirox, the green Mirox makes you sick, but that Mirox affects you emotionally. And he's like, oh yeah. And he's like, you gotta take it off. Take it off? What are you talking about? This ring, I should have found this ring years ago. And just drives off. So he goes to Jess's house, and he's looking for the discs, and it's like, and her father tries to shoot Clark, but he's like, I'm tired of everybody telling me what to do, and if my parents can tell me what to do, then how can you? And takes away the gun and corners Jesse, and it's like, and Jonathan and Pete show up, and he's like, Jesse, run. I think it's Jesse, yeah, run. So she runs, and then they're like, and then they use out of the way, they use green Mirox, and then they destroy the ring, return Clark back to normal. And yeah. And basically, Lionel's still there. So yeah. And so at the end of the episode, we see Clark. He's trying to apologize to Lana, and he's like, you were with me, but you decided to go with another girl. He's like, Lana, I'm really sorry. And she's like, I know you are, and you can find your way back home. Yeah, this just Lana. She's mad at Clark now, and that's how the episode ends. Red. It was a very good episode. I just liked how, as I said when I watched it, it was kind of expressing how Clark really felt. It wasn't him, but it was expressing how he really feels about everyone. How he expressed his true feelings about Lana. Even though now Lana is mad at him because she doesn't know about his powers. So yeah, Lex, he just, I don't know how to feel. So I like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next Smallville.